Let's begin with different cases where standing waves are formed. The first one is organ pipes. So, organ pipe is a cylindrical tube of uniform cross sectional area in which a gas is trapped in the form of a column. Actually, it provides a support for forming of a cylinder of air. So there are two types of organ pipes. One is open pipe, and another one is closed pipe. Let me start with the open pipe and formation of standing waves in an open pipe. So open pipe means both the ends of the pipe are open and it is containing a gas. Now what happens whenever we excite the gas from outside very close to the open end of that pipe, it undergoes excitation and propagation of the sound will start in that air column. Now what happens? You have open boundary here. Because of difference in pressure, the wave gets reflected back to the same pipe, and since these two are having same amplitude and frequency, there will be superposition to form a stationary wave. And the boundary condition tells us that there can be only antinodes formed at these two open ends. Therefore, between any two consecutive antinodes, there has to be one node. So the least possibility is a node is formed in between these two antinodes, and this is called as first mode of vibration. So let me consider the length of the pipe to be L, and the length L has contained one complete loop. So I can write L equals one complete loop, or that is equal to lambda naught by 2. If lambda naught is wavelength corresponding to first mode of vibration. Let me take nu naught as the corresponding frequency for this mode. So I can write nu naught as velocity of sound in this given gas divided by lambda naught. And what is lambda naught in terms of length of this pipe? It is equal to 2 times L. And this frequency is called as fundamental frequency or first harmonic for open pipe. Now let me consider the second mode of vibration where the same pipe of length L is producing two nodes and three antinodes at these extreme points, one at the center of the pipe. So this is how the standing wave look like, comprising of two complete loops. Therefore, this is second mode. Length is same. Since there are two complete loops, I can write this length equals two loops, and each loop is having a length lambda by 2. Therefore, L equals one complete wavelength. I will write this wavelength as lambda 1, and corresponding frequency is nu 1, and this nu 1 is the first overtone, that is equal to V by lambda 1, and lambda 1 is L, so I can write this as V by L, or also I can write this as nu 1 equals 2 times nu naught. So it is second harmonic or first overtone. In third mode of vibration, there are three nodes, three nodal points, 1, 2, and 3, and how many antinodes? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and plus 1 antinodes. And length is L. Therefore, in third mode of vibration, length L equals 3 loops. That can be written as L equals 3 into lambda by 2, or 3 lambda 2 by 2. This implies lambda 2 equals 2L by 3. Therefore, the frequency corresponding to third mode of vibration, nu 2 equals V by lambda 2, that is V by 2L by 3, or it's 3V by 2 times L. So I can write this nu 2 as 3 times nu naught, as V by 2L is nu naught. So this is 3 times fundamental frequency. So I can call it as third harmonic, or this is second overtone. And from this, it is evident that all the harmonics are present. First harmonic, second harmonic, and third harmonic. Therefore, in the case of open pipe, all harmonics are present. Now, let me study closed pipe. Closed pipe means one of the ends are closed and the other face is open. Let me consider a closed pipe of length L filled with a gas, and now if this medium is excited by any wave, then a sound wave is produced, and that wave will propagate along this vertical column of air, and gets reflected from this rigid boundary here, so undergoing superposition producing stationary waves. From the shape of closed pipe, we can say that at this bottommost point there is always node formed, and at the open face antinodes are formed, and in between depends upon the mode of vibration. So in the first mode of vibration, first mode, that is the least distance between node and antinode, there is nothing else between node and antinode. Therefore, the waveform that appears here will be, or the standing wave will be of this shape. That means half of the loop, or that is exactly equal to lambda naught by 4. So that is the relationship between wavelength and length of the tube. Now I shall find out fundamental frequency in this mode. So fundamental frequency nu naught equals V by lambda naught, or V by lambda naught is 4 times L, or I shall call this as fundamental frequency or first harmonic. Next one is second mode of vibration. For the same pipe of length L, one end is closed, and when it is excited in second mode, what happens is one node is formed here, another node is here, and one antinode at the free end, another antinode somewhere in between two nodes. So the shape of the standing wave look like this: one complete loop, another half loop. Therefore, the length L of the tube contains 1.5 loop, that is 3 by 2 loop, or in terms of wavelength, that will be 3 by 4 lambda 1. I'm assuming the wavelength in this case to be lambda 1. Therefore, the frequency of second mode of vibration is nu1 equals V divided by lambda 1. Since lambda 1 is 4L by 3, I can write this as 4L divided by 3. So 3 comes to numerator. So first overtone nu1 equals 3 by 4L, or 3 times nu naught. So what I can say is this is third harmonic, or this is first overtone. Next is a third mode of vibration. In third mode of vibration, you get 3 notes and 4 antinodes. So that gives us 2.5 loops. So L equals 2.5 loops. So it is 5 by 2 loops, or in terms of wavelength, L equals 5 by 4 wavelength lambda 2. Therefore, the frequency corresponding to third mode of vibration nu2 equals velocity by lambda 2, or velocity divided by lambda 2 is 5v by 4l is the frequency in third mode of vibration, or this is second overtone. You can write that as 5 times fundamental frequency nu naught, or this is 5 times nu naught. Therefore, I can call it as fifth harmonic. Therefore, by observing these frequencies, what we can conclude is odd harmonics are present in a closed pipe. So practically the wave exists slightly outside the column depending upon radius of that pipe. So the nodes and antinodes will not form exactly at this open end, but they form slightly outside this. So it depends completely on radius of the pipe. So I can add that end correction, and that end correction E equals 0.6 times radius of the tube, the organ pipe. Therefore, if L is length of the tube, that is length of the pipe, or effective length of the air column, is equal to L plus this end correction. In the case of open pipe, there are two ends which are open. Therefore, I can write the effective length L prime is equal to L plus 2 times E. In the case of a closed pipe, we have only one open end, therefore effective length will be L plus E. Or you can write this as L plus 0.6 times radius of the organ pipe. In this case, this will be L plus 1.2 times radius of the tube. So this is about the standing wave formation in a organ pipe.